Thanks for joining us here at noon. I'm Drew Carney. Our top story is the wildfire we've been tracking in eastern Oregon. Officials believe the Cow Valley fire just started yesterday, but it's already grown to an estimated 73,000 acres, making it one of the largest active fires in the state. It's also threatening up to 50 homes in the town of Brogan in northern Malheur County, and Highway 26 is closed now between Ironside and Brogan. There are no evacuations at this time, but the Red Cross has set up a shelter at the county fairgrounds, and they say space is available there for animals and RVs. There's still no word on what may have started this fire. Efforts also continue this afternoon in Wasco County, where crews have been working since Tuesday to get the Larch Creek fire under control. The latest update shows it's burned close to 14,000 acres. Cooler temperatures and higher humidity levels have helped the past couple of days, but this fire remains 0% contained. About 1,200 homes southwest of Dufur are dealing with one of 3 evacuation levels. Most of them are under level 3 go now orders. We spoke to a Tye Valley resident whose home came within feet of the approaching fire line.
What saved everything here was the amount of people that came in to help. It was unbelievable. I mean, we had more firefighters and hotspot guys, and they were all over this. They jumped on it and got the DC-10s in, and it was like amazing.
The Wasco County Sheriff's Office says more resources have been ordered and are expected to arrive there in the coming days. The Red Cross has also set up a shelter to support evacuees in that area. It's at Y East Middle School. Of course, we'll have more coverage about these fires during our newscast later this afternoon and this evening. You can also get updates, including evacuation order updates, at KGW.com. All right, let's take a quick break from our news headlines right here to welcome in Ashley Grams, who's hanging out in the Weather Center this afternoon for Rod Hill. Ashley, what are you looking at there?
Right. I mean, you can see this colorful map. We've got a lot of watches and warnings in place, certainly in the eastern part of the state and the central part of the state where a lot of those fires are burning, a lot of these heat advisories. But I do want to draw your attention to this gray on the map. You can see it there and all the way down in the southern areas as well. It actually extends all the way east. That is an air quality advisory. The Oregon DEQ just issuing this here in the last hour or so. Zoomed in here to where that Larch Creek fire is that Drew was just talking about south of Dufur. This area is included in that advisory. We are seeing smoke really blow off of this area. Let's take a look at that smoke map. Now you can really see how just across this side of the state we're seeing the effects of this fire. If you're talking about some of these lighter blue areas, not so bad, but as soon as you get into some of that red, that purple, you're really going to see a noticeable effect when you're outside. It might look overcast to you, but again, that is the heavy smoke, and that is when you want to stay inside. A quick look ahead at your weekend. We're still looking at pretty warm temperatures, a high of 90 on Saturday, 92, and 90 on Sunday. We'll talk more about this in your 7-day forecast coming up. Drew?
All right, Ashley, we look forward to that here in about 10 minutes. Right now, we want to get to some other local headlines that we're following this afternoon, starting with a crash in Salem that involved a motorcycle and a pickup truck and left one man dead. It happened just before 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon at the intersection of 23rd and Market Street Northwest. Witnesses told police that the motorcycle, driven by 44-year-old William Ryan, was speeding down Market and crashed into the pickup truck as it was making a turn. Ryan was pronounced dead at the scene. The pickup truck driver stayed at the scene to speak with investigators. This is Salem's 15th traffic death so far this year. Search crews recovered the body of a teenager who's believed to have drowned last weekend in the Willamette River. The 13-year-old from California was playing in the Willamette at Riverview Park in Independence when witnesses say he went under. First responders searched for days before finally finding his body yesterday afternoon about 20 miles away at Kaiser Rapids Park. Police in Portland identified the security guard killed in southeast Portland last weekend in a drive-by shooting. It happened Sunday just after 1 a.m. Portland police say dozens of rounds were fired from a moving car, hitting multiple parked cars and 2 people. A 17-year-old who was hit is expected to survive, but 49-year-old Walter Mulberry died at the hospital shortly after he was hit. Portland police still haven't released any information about possible suspects. The toll here in Oregon from this week's extreme heat has now climbed to a total of 15 people. Multnomah County reports that a 62-year-old man died just yesterday. Washington and Clackamas counties remain unchanged as far as their death counts are concerned. The remainder of the deaths come from central and southern Oregon. In all these cases, a medical examiner will determine the final cause of death. A Wells Fargo bank in southeast Portland is closed today because of a homeless camp in that part of town. We're talking about the branch off Southeast 121st and Division. Businesses tell our Blair Best that the camp has actually caused safety issues in that part of town for years.
Jeff carves out a life on Southeast 124th and Division.
But I'm doing it with very limited tools.
And limited time.
They've tagged us again. Yesterday they got us. We got 7 days to move.
That rapid response is just a waste of money because
A pit bull, Trinity's only protection from street life.
he scares away all the scary people.
Her site was just cleared from the Wells Fargo 2 blocks away, and she's been through this before.
We kind of moved back and forth from here to the bank.
Earlier this week, the bank temporarily closed due to safety concerns.
I mean, when it comes to the point where you have to, be able to access your funds and your money and get in and out of a establishment like a bank, and you can't do that, it's kind of a problem.
The bank reopened Thursday, 1 day after city crews cleared a nearby homeless camp, which has since moved 2 blocks away.
Oh my gosh, I want to say it's been going on for about 3-4 years now. Our kids can't even come outside and play.
Neighbors of the bank took these photos before the camp was removed.
They'll be back. They've been back for the last 2 years. Right now we have a clean street for 3 weeks.
They need help, but it needs to be like take the help or there's consequences.
But we often find that help she talks of isn't being offered.
And when you're getting posted, are you getting offered any shelter or services?
No, nothing.
Because nobody's out here helping us.
It's just moving people on. It doesn't solve the issue, but at the same time, I see both perspectives. These guys need a solution, and everyone else needs to feel safe.
Now, so far this month, Portland police have responded to the camp that was cleared here along Southeast 121st and Division 4 times for things like theft and assault. The mayor's office tells us they've received 40 complaints in the past month about that camp, and they've removed it twice since the middle of June. Now, we asked the mayor's office if anyone was offered any services like shelter. They said their outreach teams have repeatedly engaged with people staying out here, and now they might enforce the camping ban in this case, and that's fines or jail time if someone refuses that offer of shelter. In Southeast Portland, Blair Best, KGW News.
New here at noon, several lawmakers from Washington announced the I-5 bridge replacement project is getting its largest round of federal funding yet, receiving nearly $1.5 billion. This new money is coming from the U.S. Transportation Department's Bridge Investment Program. This follows a $600 million federal grant given late last year. The bridge team is still hoping to get another $1 billion in federal funding from the Federal Transit Administration. Quick reminder here about a major traffic disruption that's scheduled for Saturday night into Sunday afternoon. So it's happening this weekend when ODOT shuts down a 5-mile stretch of I-84 here in Portland between I-5 and I-205 so crews can clean up garbage and graffiti. That closure is going to start around 11 o'clock tomorrow night and will last until noon on Sunday. Also being disrupted this weekend, the Max red, blue, and green lines because of this same project. Those lines, by the way, will stay closed even longer, not reopening until around 6 o'clock Sunday evening.